Welcome to the Worship Keys YouTube channel. My name is Carson. So glad you're here. We talk all things music theory, gear, industry, and ministry for your worship keys playing. If this episode is beneficial for you or you have any questions as you continue to watch, feel free to comment below, and I'd love to hear any feedback that you have along the way. So let's get into today's episode. All right, guys, so at this time, I'm just going to rapid fire list off some Christmas songs and let Curt Buell just play at it. Just
Let's
go
do
at
it.
it.
All right.
And before we do it, just explain to everyone, how are you even able to do this? Just in a short, concise way.
Sure. Years and years of listening to Christmas music, seriously, you got to consume stuff. But after 23 or so years of playing music in general, you just hear songs and learn them, or you've had to play them, which is probably the case here, is that I've played all of them for some occasion at some point.
Right.
So they're always up there, especially if you know the lyrics and stuff. And the lyrics to the Christmas stuff is so powerful and so rich that it's easy to remember them. So
absolutely, it's
a combination of experience and then just having heard this stuff my whole life.
So good.
Yeah, man.
And the purpose of this is not to say, wow, Curt, you're amazing, which it is impressive, but also to be inspirational to anyone else, because we all know how it is at Christmas time. You sit around with family, you're chilling at the house, whatever. You might have a piano there that's been around for 50 years or more, and it's just sitting there in the living room or whatever, and people want to gather around and sing and play. And if you can just go to the piano and just play,
100%.
You don't have to rely on your sheet music or a chord chart or something like that, or you're just playing because you know it and you hear it and you have it in your heart. Boom, ready to go. So, are you ready for some rapid fire?
I'm ready, man. Let's do it.
All right, the first song I want you to play, which, by the way, you have no clue.
If I know it, I'll play it. That's the disclaimer. If I know it.
Okay.
But yes, I don't know what he's about to ask me. So
okay, I want you to play Blue Christmas.
Let me think. Right. Forget. That's about all I know. Something like that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Elvis's version.
Yeah.
Something like that. If I had somebody singing along, I would have caught the last line of that. But yeah, that's a good one for sure. What else you got?
How about Last Christmas?
Oh, Last Christmas. Let's try that one.
What's funny about that song, it's almost worshipful.
Oh, if I go,
lift your hands.
Especially if you put a cool intro on there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if so I'm saying, for sure, you can go to church with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right. What else?
So good. Let's hear Charlie Brown Christmas. The dun da 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 da.
It's been years since I played this.
Play that thing.
Let's see if we can do it. Something like that. Something like that, right?
So good. And I love the jazzy section. Dum, dum,
Yeah,
dum,
yeah.
Dum, but it's,
If I can remember.
yeah. So good. Look at him.
Something like that.
Yes.
That ain't like the record, but I just kind of improvised it. But yeah, the jazz section. Vince Guaraldi. Oh, you know what? Throw me something from that Christmas album. The Charlie Brown one. Anything that you make. Just about anything from that one. Yeah, if you know it. But Vince Guaraldi, one of the, I mean, he's the sound of music
Yeah.
at Christmas time. You know what I mean? Like,
Christmas time is here, yeah.
so like, and then this. Last thing. Something like that.
So good, bro.
Yeah, man. Love that.
So what about Carol the Bells? I know it can be simple, but what's like your best take of Carol the Bells?
Okay, let me think about what key. I'm leaning towards like D minor.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Good, so good.
Oh man, that's a good one.
Yeah, man.
I love that one.
So what about A Little Town of Bethlehem?
Sure. You know what? I've got a good key for that actually.
Okay.
I love that one.
So good.
Yeah, man.
So good. Now, you have gone all the way to Texas, and you've spent some time with Mark Lowry in his Facebook Lives, which Mark Lowry, he's a character, man. He's a
Love
character.
him. He's one of the greatest people I've ever met. So just so that it's clear, I love Mark Lowry. He is one of the most talented people I've ever met.
Yes.
He's one of the most brilliant people I've ever met, and one of the most generous people I've ever met. So
good.
Mark Lowry, man, if you're seeing this, shout out to you. I love you, man. Thank you for everything. And I bet I know where you're going with
Yes.
this, but you go ahead.
Mary, did you know?
Yes, sir. You know what? Let's do.
Which you can't go through Christmas without
Not at all.
hearing that at least 100 times.
Let me think about what key I would do that in. Probably something like C minor. I'm gonna use a different patch for this one.
Nice.
super fun one. Beautiful.
Took me to the throne.
Oh man, like how often do you get a good minor Christmas tune though? I mean, you get a few, but you don't get much minor stuff elsewhere in church, right? So this is a beautiful one. And shout out to Mark Lowry for writing that. I got a funny story about that.
Yeah, man.
Him and I used to go to the same church in Houston. That's where he lives. That's where I used to live. And this was before I met him and went on his show and everything. So him and I walked in at the same time, basically. Church had already started, and so I'm walking through the doors, and you know how they have risers, so the doors in between the risers, and so he was coming in right behind me, and he has a assigned seat at that church. Like he sits up there like with the pastor, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I actually spoke to him. I'd grown up seeing him on all the Gaither stuff on TV all the time, and started talking to him like I knew him, like, hey bro, how you doing? You know what I mean? That kind of thing. He was nice, but he probably thought I was crazy or something. But the best part is this usher takes him to the front row, sits him by the pastor's mom, and then when she came back to seat me, I said, do you know who that is? And she's like, no, I don't know who that is. I said, he wrote Mary, did you know? And she's like, oh my God, you should have seen her face. It just shifted, like she didn't know she was in the presence of greatness. You know what I mean? But anyway, I love Mark. I'm so grateful to call him a friend now and to have been on his show at his house. Anyway, that song right there, you can't go, like you said, a Christmas season without hearing it somewhere. I think that's the mark of a true great song, is you hear it year after year.
Yeah, and that evokes so much emotion. Like even what you did right there really captivated me. Now talk about the patch that you're using on the Nord real quick, because that was beautiful. This
is Soft Grand, so if you just go on the Nord website, it may be preloaded in some of the stage 4s. This is a stage 3, so you just go get it on the website. And then I added a little extra reverb without the reverb and without the compression.
It's beautiful samples there.
Like for example, what's another? Oh yeah. Like you can get all that beautiful, like,
so good.
You know what I'm saying? Just those beautiful chords, like the infinity chords. You know what I mean?
Dissonance in
So anyway, great patch from Nord, for sure.
Oh my gosh! And I love the sample. Like you hear the of the pedal, and then you hear the hammer release, the aftertouch on a lot of these samples. I mean, you have to like really listen close, but it's just the nuances of the samples and how this works on this Nord is beautiful.
Especially if you do something like, hold on, I'm about to bless y'all real quick. So I'm saying?
Yeah. The synth going.
Little church stuff.
Little sizzle on top. So good.
Talk music. So yeah. Anyway, I like that one a lot. Actually, it's very expressive, which I'm 100% here for.
So amazing.
You gotta be able to hear the details.
Absolutely.
So that's why I love Nord, is they just capture all the details.
So good.
Yeah, man. Okay.
One thing that's really cool now, as y'all are watching this, you don't see the music, you don't know what key we're in, you don't know what chords we're playing or what he's playing. What I think would be cool, and this is what I used to do, I still do this now when I'm learning songs, right, is play this when you're at your keyboard, at your piano. Try to duplicate what Curt's been playing, right?
Absolutely.
That's the way that you're able to play by ear, and to play like this on the fly is you understand patterns and chord progressions, how secondary dominance, how theory works, how scales work. He's using different scales within those runs and within those chords, and understanding and having the language for all that gives you more tools in your toolkit to be able to play around with these songs. So my greatest suggestion for people, if you want to play like Curt, or more like Curt, I should say, is basically listen to great pianists, do more listening than playing, and then just try to transcribe, slow it down, try to get a hold of the sheet music to understand it, and then understand the theory of it. Listen and just try to match it. Listen and play, listen and play, listen and play until you can eventually start to hear these nuances. Curt, that was really cool just to be able to see you play and just go on the fly like that.
Thank you for your suggestions. Rapid fire, man. That's some good
brother.
stuff. That's so fun. That's what's going to happen when you get around the piano, though.
Oh, yeah.
People are going to throw out songs, and you got to be able to, you know what I mean? You got to be able to do that, or, you know. And it's got to be pretty effortless if you want to like keep people engaged. So go learn a few of these, you know.
So
my mom last thing had this book. I forget who published it, but a book of like every Christmas song you can think of. That's probably the other real answer to why I know all these is because we had a book at my house growing up that had all the details, not just the music notation but the chords as well.
So good.
And so it's so easy, like you said, go look for some sheet music,
right, and
see if you can add some embellishments on top of what you're reading on the page.
So good.
Yeah, man, so fun.